Welcome to Web Handling. My name is Dave Roysum. In this very short clip, we will review the causes of web contamination and follow up with web cleaning. I know your time is precious, so let's get started. Before we ever consider cleaning, we need to consider the first principle of manufacturing, and that is to not create messes in the first place. We covered that subject in detail in Web20168z, so we do not need to detail that here. In summary, that would begin by identifying and isolating the sources of contamination. An example is core dust from core cutting, which will get over everything. If so, core cutting may need to be in a separate location or even in a separate building. You may need to vacuum the cores after cutting, or even in extreme cases, wax the cores to seal in the dust. How much you need to do depends on how clean your customers expect your web to be. Other best practices are to avoid routing a web close to the ground, especially underneath the operator foot traffic. Overhead shrouds can reduce contamination that falls from the ceiling or settles from the air. Superfussy food, medical, or electronics may require a separate enclosure for web operation that includes controlled entrance and positive ventilation. Finally, static can cause dirt to be attracted to the web, and we covered that in the last clip. Once we have done everything possible to identify and eliminate the sources of contamination on your web, you may then consider cleaning. We have many options. Some good, some not so good. Some work on some webs, others work on other webs, and some don't work at all. Before you buy, you absolutely must measure efficacy. There is only one way to do this. Classify and count dirt particles before and after the cleaning, as we cover in the next slide. Unfortunately, there are only a very few cleaning component suppliers who have done this and published the results. Even fewer customers do this because it is time-consuming and might hold up the machine order while the study is being done. After the cleaner has already been installed, people move on to other tasks because there's always plenty of that. In summary, buyer beware. In summary, even if you already have a cleaner, it may do little or nothing except for make you feel good that you are doing something. Yet this possibly misplaced energy and enthusiasm may be better spent doing your homework instead of encumbering a process with stuff that doesn't work. So, how can you measure and thus determine how well your cleaner works? There are many, and they are all simple in concept, but they are all very time-consuming to do. The one method that does not work is to measure or observe dust in the collector or contamination on a tacky roller. That is because you don't know how much there was to begin with, and you don't know how much was left behind. In short, you don't know much at all with that technique. Since searching on clean or even web cleaning on a general search engine might be challenging, we might turn to specialized search tool. If you use my Web201 search tool to find videos on this channel, you will find only the Web201.68 clip and this one. If you use the Roysum Library Database search tool by Abbott App, you will find about 24 articles. Unfortunately, most are of very poor quality, essentially advertisements for a product, or don't apply to any specific situation such as yours. This paucity of publication is strong evidence that there's been precious little homework done and published on web cleaning. So you may need to do this homework and studies yourself. Thank you so very much for joining me in this defect solving and defect preventing series. I hope this introduction to web cleaning has inspired you to learn more about this and other web handling troubles. If you have a topic you would like to hear about, let me know in the comment section below. If you found anything interesting or useful here, please like and share and subscribe. See you next time.